What is shaking YouTube? Stove Sports here. My weekend just kicked off. Hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday. It's beautiful and sunny here in Milwaukee. I just worked an overnight shift and got up. My weekend has started. Slammed some coffee. I figured I would go over some of my recent pickups. I also wanted to give a couple of shout outs to some relatively new YouTubers. I don't know. I feel like there's so much good content now. I mean, it's insane. I've just been going around subscribing to tons of people, and so many of you guys, I mean, I haven't seen any bad content. Like, it's so cool, the community. As I've mentioned before, collecting can be kind of lonely. It's kind of a niche hobby. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to give a couple shout outs to some newer guys. Sports Cards Fanatic 805. Excuse me. I'll put a link to these guys' channels in my description. Sports Cards Fanatic 805, he's got 14 subscribers. This guy is extremely knowledgeable about the grading process. I asked him a few questions, and he answered them right away. Gave me real thorough, like he took his time to answer me. And I just think that's so cool. He also shares some similar interests in baseball. I know he does basketball too, but the guy, he's only made, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos, but he's got good stuff, and I hope he keeps at it because I can see him being a major asset to the community. Same thing, another guy, Filmington with a PH. He's got under 40 subscribers, and he has kind of the exact same history that I have. He's probably about my age. I'm 32. I think he said he was born in the mid-'80s, so around the same age. And then he said he stopped collecting in the mid-'90s, I believe he said, and then he got back into it like 4 years ago, which is like, that's me. And on top of that, he has similar mentalities on a lot of buy low candidates currently with modern stuff. And he just has crazy stuff. I mean, right before making this video, I saw his most recent one. He had a Stan Musial and a Babe Ruth card. And they were both not your typical card, just like very unique stuff. And then he's got like a crazy Bregman collection. I don't know. The guy's got awesome stuff, and also, same as Sports Cards Fanatic 805, he seems very knowledgeable. And if he keeps at it, his channel's definitely gonna gain a bunch of subscribers. In other news, Harold Baines elected to the Hall of Fame. I was super excited and shocked, as apparently everyone else in the baseball community was. I mean, just universally panned. People are really upset about this guy getting in, which I understand. I really do. I'm a White Sox fan. I got to see him play as a kid. He's been a part of the coaching staff over the years for the White Sox as well. Just that sweet left-handed swing. The guy had like a 22-year career. He had a very good career. Hall of Fame worthy? Probably not. I don't think it was as egregious as other people are claiming, though. They're saying, well, he only had this many hits because he played for so long. Well, guess what? Playing baseball for 22 years, the physical toll that takes on you. These guys with really long careers, like, I don't think it's a bad thing when they're acknowledged. But once again, I do understand that people think he was not Hall of Fame worthy, but that's not really for me to say. He's going to be the second guy to go into the Hall with a Sox cap on that I got to see play in my lifetime, so it's very exciting. Now, one downside of that is, and actually, selfishly, one of the first things I thought when I got the alert that he got elected was that I will never own the 10 of this card, 81 tops. I want to collect the PSA graded rookie card of every player who the White Sox have retired the number of. And Harold Baines is there, and, you know, there's not many 10s. I've been looking, like, a few years ago, one came up at auction, went for like $150, which if that happened today, I would buy it in an instant. But I was just getting back into it, and I just didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know how to handle, like, I didn't, you know, it's tough. It's overwhelming when you get back into it. I was just learning about graded cards, and I just didn't really feel comfortable spending, you know, over $100. Whoa, on a baseball card. Things have definitely changed in that regard. But yeah, the nines. I bought this for like $14 a year or so ago, and these are going for like $150 now. You know, obviously when a guy goes to the hall, there's so many set registry collectors that they want to get the highest grade possible. So the tens, unfortunately, are going to be out of my grasp likely forever, which is a bummer. But I mean, you know, this nine, this thing looks like a 10 to me. I mean, it's a little soft on the bottom, which is common with these 81 tops. The edge is no good. Anyway, that's cool. I've been picking up some ungraded stuff. I really want to get into grading, and I want to, you know, try to find some good examples. However, I'm really discouraged so far. I picked up, I got 5 ungraded ones recently, and all but one have a pretty significant flaw in them, which that's the risk of grading and also the appeal of having a graded card. I'm sorry, that's the risk of buying raw and the appeal of buying graded. You know exactly what you're going to get within reason. This one has a pretty bad surface stain. I'm saying that this at best would be a 9 and not a 6. 6 would be pretty bad. Got this for like $10 ship, which is a bit of an overpay. This is the Albies short print. I've been buying a bunch of Albies. I feel like he's been overshadowed by Acuna and Soto, but this guy is super young and he's got a ton of potential. I got these 2 cards. I got the Walker and the Albies refractors for $5 shipped, $2.50 a piece. I don't know. The Bueller is perfect. I actually don't think I've looked close at this one. The Bueller is perfect. I believe that's a 10. I've been trying to look at these, and then the ones I think are a 10, I just throw them in these semi-rigids, and then I'll just have a collection of cards that are ready to go when I so desire that should be able to get 10s. That was one of the things, Sports Card Fanatic 805, he helped me put these in the semi-rigids. I was having trouble. They would get stuck like halfway, but he talked about putting one edge in and then putting your finger in to open the other side and sliding it in, and that helped a lot. So thanks, man, for that one if you're seeing this. He also talked about, I asked him a question about what he looks for in buying raw online. He said he's been thinking about making a video, and keep an eye out for that if he does, because once again, he seems real knowledgeable about grading. He seems to know how to get 10s. So, Bueller, just one of the undervalued guys right now. People don't buy pitchers in this hobby until late in the careers, but I think he's got a shot at having a very good career, and I would like to pick them up when they're cheap and early. And plus, I really like pitching, but obviously home runs are exciting. That's what everyone wants to see, and a home run is bad for a pitcher and good for a hitter. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just the volatility of pitchers. But anyway, yeah, just picking up some Buellers. And then, obviously, I'm always on the hunt for Albies. Moving along, these are a disaster. The Nola is super undervalued, I feel. Dude's 24, 25 maybe, but he just had a monster season. I think it was like 10 WAR or something. His stuff is really undervalued, and I got a pretty nice graded card that I'm excited about that I'll show later. Just wanted to pick up his base refractors. These were super cheap, $4.75 shipped. Both of them are just weird. They just have some scuffing at the top. Just not gradable, which is a disappointment, but it was worth a shot. I don't know. This guy kind of got lost in the shuffle last year. I mean, I know who he is. Let me move this in the lighting here a little bit. He got lost in the shuffle a little bit for me last year with Acuna and Albies and Ohtani and Torres. I looked back at his stats when Ohtani won the Rookie of the Year, deservedly so, in my opinion. It wasn't that close. This dude had a really good season. I know he's a little bit older for a rookie. I think he's like 23 or something. But I don't know, just a Yankees a Yankees player, young, finished second in Rookie of the Year voting. I think given all that his stuff automatically should have a higher floor. I got this for like $12. So I know they're looking at moving him to possibly have room for Machado, but $12 worth it for me. Victor Robles, same theme. I've been really getting into the refractors, just buying the more scarce version of these guys' base chrome. It seems to me like that's kind of my niche. I like the more basic stuff. Robles, this dude a year ago was a bigger prospect than Soto. It wasn't even close, and he hasn't had his full season yet. So we'll see. He wasn't too good in limited action last year, but next year we're going to see him play, and hopefully this will be a good investment. Acuna, I didn't really foresee buying any more of his stuff, but I feel like given the hype around this guy, the base chrome stuff is really cheap. This one was $20, the base one, and the refractor, I won this one in an auction for $35. I sniped it, and then I subsequently won another one the other day for $30, which I feel like given the prices of his other stuff is low. I'm not going to buy a ton of them, but with these guys like this, I look for little, in my opinion, disparities in the market, and I'm not like starting a business here, but if they work out, I can flip some for a nice profit during the season. I like to buy in the off season, so during the season, flip it for a profit. I could see these doubling, tripling in value if he continues what he did last year, and then using the profits to buy other things for my PC. So I think those were nice pickups. Who knows? Maybe I'll look back and laugh that I paid $30 for a refractor. Bellinger, another buy low guy. People have just totally moved on. I talked about it in my last video. I'm sorry about the shadow here. The sun is doing weird things. That's a little bit better. Just a buy low on this guy. He still has so much potential. He had a bit of a down year last year, but I mean, the dude is young. He has a ton of power. He plays for a big market team. I think now is the time to buy on this guy. If you can spare it, just getting at least a couple of them. I've talked about the Sapphire in a bunch of my videos. I think Acuna is really... I don't know. I've been talking about it for a long time how I feel like the Sapphires are really undervalued. It's the modern Topps Tiffany. Higher card stock, low print run. I've been buying a bunch of like higher end non-auto Moncada stuff. I think I got this for $20, which he was pretty bad last year, but I still think he's got a ton of potential. Acuna's Sapphire card is like $700-800, something just insane. And I think that's going to kind of bring up the value on other young stars, their Sapphire cards. I don't like the 2017. This is the year before for comparison. This like paint, it's like it's like a brush stroke, and it just looks terrible to me. This is so much nicer. I don't like that one. But I bought it. Last pickup. This one I was real excited about. All these eBay sales. I think I got the 15% deal on this one. I love the Heritage Actions. If you're not familiar with it, Topps Heritage. They're in the design of a given year. This one I think is 19. Let's see. This one's 1967 Topps, I believe. They don't have base rookie cards. They have they usually have, there'll be two rookies on the same team together, and then they do the short print, the action shot. So it's where they're not posing for the camera. So not just a headshot where they're posing. It'll be an action shot, as indicated here. So this is a relatively hard pull. I just feel like Nola's really undervalued right now, and if he has another season like he did last year, I think his stuff is really going to take off. So yeah, that's basically it. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna work on some of the other collecting tips. I did one on how to see a best offer completed sale, where you can go on and check to see what something actually went for. And I have a couple other ideas just for beginners getting back into the hobby. But anyway, enjoy your week, which is my weekend, and take it easy. Stove Sports is out.